Hello everyone, it's Adir75, back again with another video. This time it's on the IS-7 versus WZ-113, and I'm going to get it out there. I like the WZ-113 more, but I'll get into that in a minute. But we're going to start off with the IS-7. For a 130mm gun, the accuracy is really nice at 4.6 seconds of aiming time and only 0.367 dispersion. DPM's not the greatest at 2,300. Reload time's not bad at 11.63 seconds. Standard penetration is nice. Premium pen sucks at only 318 because my M48 patent, like all of my tier 10 mediums, are able to get 330 penetration on premium rounds. And this is running calibrated and only gets 318. Alpha's nice at 460. Gun depression, it's 6. You can work, it's not the greatest. And yeah, mobility is really nice on both the vehicles. Turret armor's nice on both, I can say that. The pike nose kind of weakens it, but also it makes it stronger. You don't want to side scrape it, but you can side scrape if need be. So yeah, mobility's nice. And yeah. So we're just gonna get into the battle, and yeah, we'll just go over it as we go along. And so to continue on with the IS-7, the bad sides is the pike nose is pretty weak, especially when you come across those tier 10 heavies like the IS-4s, E-100s even. Thankfully, we ain't really coming across too many. There's no IS-4s on the enemy team. It's only an E-100. I'm gonna push C, just get my team here, and since it's our cap, pretty much that we get guaranteed, almost always guaranteed. Yes. They do have a K91 WZ-114. I think I said that right. WZ-114. It's a weird name. Hopefully when they pass through here, we're gonna get shot into them. Just got that corner pre-jack. Okay, maybe I should have pre-jacked that. Okay, so they went, it seems like, farther around besides the K91. So thank you for capping A, whoever that is. That is a grill, and the 8G on this tank is actually nice. If that grill can go, okay, that's an IS-7. Not an IS-7, and an E-100. Yep, there's Alpha being nice. Ooh, that was my bad. Here, I think we can try a side scrape. Let's try to dunk around into him. Pop the adrenaline because there's an E-100. We're gonna try to clear this 183. Back up. APCR. Like, your penetration, you have enough to get through, like, E-100's turret cheeks. It's just that, seriously, my Hori has better standard penetration. Okay, I believe that's only one AFK. So I didn't know that, so if I did know that, I probably would not have shot him. He hasn't came back yet. I can't use my adrenaline yet either, which kind of sucks. Ooh. Let's get up behind this Foch. Turret traverse on this tank, I've noticed it's not the greatest. Try to get to his side, stay on the side. HE. Okay, don't make me please. Thank you. We're running. That works. Adrenaline. Yeah, the standard pen's nice. Premium pen sucks, but you have to use it because of your AP can't penetrate everything. Just gonna load that in, and then yeah, stock standard game in IS-7, nothing too special. You can't play it really. I don't know what that lag spike was. My FPS just dropped to like 40. But yeah, you can't really play this. You can play this as IS-4, but you don't want to play it too aggressive either, because you don't have the armor to do it, and you don't have the premium penetration to do it either. Because when I say you don't have the penetration to do it, if you're on the front lines, you're gonna have to be just shooting like really quickly. With the IS-4, if you can't pen something, just load the heat, and you're going right through them. So, but if you on an IS-7 and you have to load 8 PCR, you're gonna have to aim in that shot. So that's the problem with it. Now getting into the WZ-113, my preferred tank, in my opinion, has a better gun, which is a 122mm gun. Aiming time's nice. That was my Xbox. At 3.5 seconds of aiming time and 0.321 of dispersion. DPM's really nice at 3,158. I do run calibrated on this tank because it doesn't have the best premium pen. It only had without calibrated, because without it, it's only 335, which is only 5mm more penetration than like my M48 patent, M60, D22. Standard penetration is not as good, but it still works really well. I am running Cali, but yeah. Reload time's really nice at only 7 seconds. Well, 7.98 seconds. Alpha is nice at 420, and 370 and 500. The HE is nice on both tanks, but it's better on the IS-4. Well, it's not IS-4, IS-7. Gun depression and gun elevation are the exact same. Armor, it depends. The turret armor is really nice on both tanks. I think the turret's better on the IS-7 in my opinion. I don't really know, but I think it is. They both have their weaknesses. Like with the IS-7, if you angle the pike nose like right here, it gets weaker, while it makes this side stronger. But vice versa if you angle this way. But of course, it makes your lower plate stronger, but it just makes it weaker, and that's where your ammo rack is. So if you're gonna get your ammo rack damage in this tank no matter what. So it's harder to learn the playstyle of this in a way, because you have to learn how to work the angles with this because of the pike nose. But the WZ-113 is a flat armor, like where you can angle it, and it's not like a pike nose where like this part right here, I can't really show you because I'm on mouse. I'm not on mouse, I'm on mobile. But like where I zoom in, like right here, it's gonna get weaker. It's not gonna get weaker, it's gonna get stronger. The upper plate, it's not the strongest hole. It's the same one as the glacial at the 120mm. I don't really run reactive because it doesn't have the most hit points either. Mobility is nice except for the traverse speed. The traverse really sucks. So that's why I actually run the improved controls, and I run both of the standard field and the improved field, just to make the traverse speed better, and the turret traverse speed. Even though it's not the traverse speed, it's not the worst thing on earth. Like you can live with it. It's just not that great. It's not good. You don't want it. It's not as good as IS-7's. It's worse. But yeah, speed nice, top speed. It's just the traverse kills the mobility a little. So yeah, and equipment I forgot to show you, but this is what I'm running. I like to run this because you're not often gonna be able to sit in front of a tank. And here's my equipment for the IS-7. But the reason why I run the consumable delivery system on like pretty much every single one of my tanks is because you're not often going to sit in front of a tank for 20 seconds and be able to pound shell after shell after shell after shell into them. And with a 7-second reload, you're only getting really like 3 shells out, really, pretty much like 2 to 3 shells, and then they're gone. I'm pushing B so I can hold down. Well, I'm gonna push into B because that's like a death sentence, but as you can see, the mobility is nice. Reason why I like this tank though, just for the people wondering why I like it more, is just because, like, I love the gun on this tank, and I love the T-110E5's gun. Don't know what the hell that shot, where that shot went. TVP. That is an IS-8. Okay, that's a grill. There you go. Oh. And there goes our E-50. So this might be a loss now. Don't know where that shot went either. That's an E-100. So he can really butter right through our whole armor. I really want to get a shell into that Leo. Like, even a standard round would be useful. Yeah, the problem is, though, with the premium round on this tank, and the reason why I like the APCR more as a premium round, is just for the fact that you can go through spaced armor a lot easier. There's not much I can really do here. He had to shoot AG, so that's nice. I'm probably gonna die. Yeah, I'm gonna end up dying. Yep. I'm gonna probably... So there wasn't really much I could have done. Like, if I was to push D100 and IS-8 and the grill would have killed me. And if I pushed down into the down there, their mediums would have killed me. I couldn't really back up like I could. I should have backed up a little faster, but yeah. So, in short, we're just gonna finish out this game. I ain't gonna bore you all to death, so I'm just gonna play my second game into IS-7 to show you, like, even more of the gameplay while we're waiting. This way this video is not like 20 minutes for y'all. Like, I hate 20-minute videos, truly, so I'm ain't gonna try to give you all shove a 20-minute video down your all's throats, so I'm not doing that. Mediums. I want to push meds. I would like to push medium side. Can we push medium? Yes, please. E5. Thank you. BK. Yes. WZ-113. Please turn around. Standard B. Turn around, please. M48. Turn around. Okay. I'm trying to get my team to go left because if their mediums go this way, we'll just have a huge force. At least I don't know what they're doing. They're two tier 9 not tank destroyers. Medium tanks. And one of them is not that great. Well, we're gonna try to get some side shots from the right. It looks like they all push that way. Run. Ooh. Oh, what was that? So that shot was nothing to blame. That was just RNG. Like, I shot right at the side armor of an Emil 2. I don't know how that... Wargaming does not like me. We're probably gonna lose this. Well, that's just Russian accuracy. It might it might have a little bit to do with me, but like, I'm serious. You all are watching me aim right in on it. This shot should not miss. Okay then. So there we go. Okay, wiggle. Wiggle's what's best for this tank. Like, when you're in a brawling situation, just wiggle. It'll make their lives a lot harder, and okay, gun depression is not working for me. So, bam. Okay, I was just trying to get that in quickly because I didn't want to eat a shell for him, but apparently I don't have to. So I probably should have just aimed it in. But if I was, my luck has it probably would have been different. Okay, we need a Cap D. At least. Cap D. And it looks like their IS-7 is pushing. Okay. What the hell is that? Well, that. Like this, I'm having the worst luck. It's always when I'm playing and recording a video is when I get like the worst luck. Yeah, as you can see, the mobility on this thing is fantastic, especially for a tier 10 heavy. So yeah, you're hopefully are not gonna survive this. Who's behind? Jesus, that's a Foch. He could ammo rack me if he gets the back of my turret. Okay, yeah, that's not good. That is actually like really not good. I don't know where I should go. Like, I want to kill this Foch, but I'm gonna die. Foch, move, Foch. No. Yes. Come on, let's live. Let's live. Let's live. Yes. One more shell. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sometimes wargaming just has a hit out for you and just does not like you at all. As you can see in that game, like I was aimed at half the, like 90%. Like some of the. Okay, okay. So Krill is on the enemy team, so this is just gonna be pleasant. This is just gonna be amazing. Oh, great. E100s. Oh, this ain't E100s. And IS-7. So yeah, that turret traverse, as you can see, look at that. That's amazing. But forward, if we're just drive forward and we don't take sharp turns, the mobility would be just a-okay. Heavies, me, E100. So I like to push up to this position and like my E5, my I-7 and stuff. Okay, I probably should have just loaded heat there, but I didn't want to hit the car. So I'll take the blame for that shot. Ooh! No, why can I not? Why did that not ammo rack him? Oh, that would have been amazing if I ammo racked him. I-7, would you like to poke me? Good so. I don't know what that E100 was aiming for. Okay, that was just a dumb. Okay, actually, I was showing my entire side. So, okay. Well, I never said the gun accuracy was fantastic. I hope. The likelihood of that shot actually hitting was actually low. I'm just trying to hold them off at this point. Because if I was to push, I would have been screwed over. And now there are other E100s pushing. I want to get a fat. Like, I'm going to run out of APCR at this rate. Not APCR heat. There we go. Now I could just load an AG. Okay, I guess not. There we go. So I gotta save it. I got to keep a heat round. I should probably start loading more heat in this gun because I keep forgetting how much you're gonna shoot in this thing. You kinda wanna play this thing like front line, but also second line, but you don't wanna play neither of them. Kinda wanna play a mixture of both. Just depends on the enemy lineup. Max roll, adrenaline. Okay, try not to eat too many shells. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, wiggle is... It works, but it doesn't work, especially when you're against a player that actually knows what he's doing. Unless this is like some fake Crow clan, which I highly doubt it. Good. That is good. Okay, 2.6. Oh, that's a 2.63. Okay, I've literally like barely. Okay, he's gonna poke out. I think. Oh. Okay, now we're just gonna bomb rush him. Oops. Okay, can I penetrate his side of Face hug. Face hug. Come here. My kill. Okay, just in case. Oh, shite. Shite. Hold still. There. Ignore that miss. Okay, guys, just ignore that. Just focus on everything else. That was probably that was my own mistake. That was just me having terrible aim for a little bit. Nothing wrong with that tank at that last miss on the 263. But yeah, so you got to see a 4K damage game of both tanks. Okay, guys, I'm sorry about that mishap with the last recording. There's going to be a little cut because my mom accidentally called me, so I had to trim that out of the recording. So, yeah, so basically, in my opinion, I prefer the WZ-113 because it has everything I like, except, of course, a good traverse speed. But in the end, it has a good mobility. Traverse speed is not something to die for. It's not good. But it's also not the worst thing in the world. It's better than the T95's forward mobility. But yeah, I prefer the WZ-113 because it has a better gun in my opinion. On armor profile that can work if you play it correctly. You want to play both tanks and hold down as much as possible. But both tanks can side scrape. Depends. I think I also prefer the WZ-113's armor better because this tank can side scrape better because this tank has a pike nose, and again, as you angle, that pike nose becomes weaker, while the other side of the pike nose, is not being angled, and the lower plate becomes stronger, but still weak. But yeah, and then it's just a big old glaring weak spot, and it's gray. While this tank's side scraping, it's a lot easier to because it's flat. So I'm gonna say this: when you're side scraping, you don't want to like overdo it. You kind of want to keep it at this angle. For an IS-7, kind of want to keep it a little bit more tight. You can pull it out here, but you have to bait the shot first. You can't pull out like in this tank where you can pull out because the gun is more backwards on this, so it's easier to side scrape in, if you can tell. Like, see, backward, forward, backward, forward. So this thing can side scrape easier, so you don't have to pull backwards as much. You don't want to like come off the building too much when you're gonna shoot. So that's why this thing's better for side scrape, because you don't have to pull back as far. While this one, you have to pull back and you expose your pike nose. So in all, I think the WZ-113, the grind is not actually too bad, especially after the I haven't played IS-2 after it got buffed because I've had this thing for about 2-3 updates. The IS-2 was not the worst tank in the world to play, but it was definitely not my favorite. I was not a fan, but it wasn't the worst. The WZ-110 was actually a nice tank. It wasn't bad. I actually, if it was a premium, and it was sold for like 5,000 gold, I would have bought it. The WZ-114 is not a bad tank. It has a troll armor profile. Like, it has the pike nose, but it's troll. But the bad part is it has only 5 degrees of gun depression. The gun is actually pretty nice on it. The gun's nice, except for the gun depression. The turret armor's strong. It's not the strongest turret, but it's strong. You can kind of side scrape it, but not really. It's like a hold down tank. WZ-110 or 110. Kind of the same story. It's just the pike nose is a lot stronger because it's a lot more of an angle. But it makes the lower plate weaker. An IS-2 it's literally just an IS. Just in my opinion, a worse version of an IS. So, an IS-7 line, in my opinion, is I hated it. The KV-1S. Okay, so the KV-1 was a nice tank when I played it, but that was a long time ago. Like, I haven't played that tank in over a year or two. KV-1S, same story. It was nice when I played it, but I haven't played it in like 1 or 2 years. IS tank. I haven't played that tank in about a year. IS-3. I've stopped grinding for the IS-7 a year ago, and I resumed it in 2020 in like October or something. I played it for 1 match. I don't really remember it, but that's all I needed because I had enough for ESP. IS-3 sucks balls. I hate that tank with all my heart. Sucks ass. I put any tank beating it pretty much. IS-8 actually was a nice tank. Wasn't bad. And all the line for this, in my opinion, I think the WZ-113 slide is actually better, but it depends. But also the WZ-113 was also cheaper, I think. I can't really check the XP on it, but yeah. So in all, I'm gonna say both tanks are fantastic. They're both nice. Are they comp? The WZ-113 is more comp than IS-7. IS-7 is not comp, but the WZ-113 is not like 100% comp like an E5 or an IS-4, but it can work as a comp tank. It can be a comp tank if played correctly. So that's all I have for you all today, and I will see you in the next one. But before I go, YouTube analytics showed 70% of you that are watching this are not subscribed, so if you can, hit it. It's free. It helps. It's nice. And if you don't like the content, you can always unsubscribe. Same thing goes for likes, but yeah. You don't have to subscribe, but I would greatly appreciate it if you could. And that's it for now. See ya.